in a very first statement, I'm going to scare you, which is CISA is one of the most lengthiest certification, right? So we used to say these lines with two certifications. The first is CISSP, which is very lengthy, and the second one is CISA. Lengthy in the sense CISA is very wide actually. You are having the knowledge of every aspect of your organization, not even in auditing, about BCP, about DR, about incident handling, about software development, about your assets, about operations, about the governance, management, auditing, everything. So it is very wide range of varieties in CISA, right? In CISA, we have 5 domains. Domain number 1 is information system auditing process. Domain number 2 is governance and management. Number 3 is information systems acquisition, development, and implementation. I hope you can understand my handwriting.
Yeah.
Number 4 is, okay, information system operations and business resiliency. Avoid the spelling mistakes if it is. The 5th domain is the last one, which is protection of information assets. These 5 domains we are going to cover in CISA. About the weightage ratio, in your examination from domain number 1, you will get 21% of questions. From domain number 2, 17%. Domain number 3, 12%. Number 4, 23% is the highest, 23%, and the highest is 27%. And what is the best part? This is very easy domain, protection of information security assets. Very easy domain is there, and the score is very high. The weightage ratio is very high, right? To give you more clarity, I'm telling you one more thing over here. I'm telling you the number of questions, exact number of questions from which domain, how many questions you will get. So it will help you in your examination. You can prepare the domain accordingly. Domain number 1, you will get 32 questions. From domain number 2, you will get 25 questions. Domain number 3, 18 questions, the least. Domain number 4, 32, 25, 18, 35 questions. And domain number 5 is 40 questions you will get. And if you will add them all, it will be 150 questions. Total 150 questions are there, and you have 4 hours to do your examination. What is your passing ratio? The passing score is actually, more than 450. You'll have to score 450. Okay. Now, please ask your questions if you have.
450 out of?
All right. So this 450 out of 1000.
Okay.
Right. Normally the score, it varies. Like the score you will be getting in between normally 200 to 800. Okay. So you have to earn the score of 450 actually. Okay, 450 or higher. then you will be passed. So 450 in this domain, 450 in this, 450 in this, 450 in this, and 450 in this. This is minimum. You'll have to score like this.
Okay. So is it a descriptive model or a combination of descriptive and the choices?
You will be getting multiple choice questions in this. All the questions will be of multiple choice. Sometimes a few questions will be of with the matching, like we'll have to match. A is matched with this. Option B is matching with this, like this. All are multiple choice questions. Okay. Then once you will pass your certification, the CISA exam valid for 3 years. In the 3 years, you have to renew your certification, right? Now, adding the CPE points is mandatory in CISA. That means in ISACA. To renew the certification, you have to add a few CPE points. You'll have to submit 120 CPE points. 120 CPE points credited in a time period of 3 consecutive years. Okay, this is then only you can appeal for a renewal of this certification. This is the only way. There is no alternate way. You have to add these 120 points. And how you will earn these 120 points? With the continuous study, continue upgradation. You'll be getting the emails from ISACA on regular basis. Once you'll be clearing the certification, you'll be getting an email like, if you'll be attending, we are conducting a webinar for all these certified members. If you will be attending that webinar, we will be giving you 20 CPE points or sometimes 40 CPE points. So you'll have to attend those webinars of, I think, 1 hour or 2 hour maximum. Normally it is 1 hour. Okay. So over the period of time, once you will be earning the CPE points, you can have it, you can like add it into your profile so that you can use it to renew your certificate, right? So you must earn 120 CPE points. Okay, in every 3 years you have to run, right? So, and how you will be doing it? For the first year, 20 points is mandatory. For the next year, 20 point is mandatory. But in 3 years, you'll have to make the total of 120. That means in the last year, then how many CPE points you need more? I think 80 more. In the last year, you'll have to add 80 points. Because from the first 2 years, you have only 20 points. I hope you got the clarity now.
Yes.
Right. How you will be, giving your examination? Simply go to ISACA's website, click on the book your examination. You can book your examination on the Pearson VUE. Schedule your exam, select your time, look for the open slot or empty slot, and do your exam. Right? Immediately you will be getting to know about your result. What is the best study material for CISA? The best study material for CISA is the CISA Review Manual. CISA Review Manual is mandatory to read it. You have to read this manual. If you will not read this manual, you will not be able to pass CISA. Keep in mind. Okay. The book is not too lengthy. The book is interesting, no doubt. It is interesting, but you need patience for that. You need to spend some time with the book, right? That is mandatory. Rest, everything else is, supplementary. Solving the questions or going through with the videos, test papers and all that, everything is supplementary. Reading the book is mandatory for CISA. Right. Now you may ask your questions, what you have, or I will be going ahead. Or if you want to discuss something about certifications like CISM, CISSP, I can give time to you because this is the very first day. So you can discuss me these things, right? It will be easy to discuss on the first day. Remaining days will be in our flow. So it is very difficult to, switch from our flow. So that is why I'm asking you, ask me freely what you want to ask about any of the information security or cyber security certificate. Otherwise, I will ask you.
Okay, can I ask before that?
Yeah, please.
So I want to understand the difference between the CISA, the CISM, and the CISSP, and which certification will give knowledge on the technical aspects. Like I believe auditing is like the concepts of auditing is not completely the technical aspect, just as per my knowledge. I may not be correct, but how does it add weightage to one's profile? And is it like, do the companies do a comparison while choosing the professionals of their choice, like which certificate has a more weightage and all this?
The company is having the criteria like they will check who was able to get the job in that period of COVID. So they will be checking the potential like this.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll be answering this, jokes apart. So can I erase this slide first of all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or, whenever it is written anything on this slide, if you think it is useful for you, you may write down in your notepad, or for save your time, you can capture a photo of that slide. Okay, you can capture the photo of that slide as well. Otherwise, take a print screen and save it in the Microsoft Word. Print screen is there, then open the Microsoft Word at other end and paste it, Control V. The same print screen will be there. So you'll have all the slides. Got it?
Okay.
Correct. So may I erase it now?
Yes.
Okay. This is CISM. This is CISA. This is CISSP.
And C-risk also, no?
C-risk also. CISM, CISA, CISSP, C-risk. So what I will do is I'll be making all the ISACA at one side. Any other? C-risk and CISSP, right? First of all, let me clear you one thing. I'm talking about these days. These days in the sense I'm talking about past 2-3 years, right now, these days, and the upcoming years. The only certification will be having huge weightage will be CISSP and CCSP. Okay. The most in demand certification in the future will be CCSP. The most in demand, CISSP and CCSP, because everybody is moving to the cloud. And we don't have the employees who are aware of the cloud, who are certified in the cloud. That is highly in demand. I'm not saying this is not having any of the values. It is having values. Now, what is the difference? If you want to learn the core concept of the management, only and only management, then go for CISM. Like you have around 10 or 15 years of experience and you are leading a team and you are handling the team, you are a manager already, you have to prove your skills while doing this certification. CISA, and it is easy. Comparatively to every certification which is mentioned over here, CISA is easy. Second is CISA. CISA is completely, you can say, one of the most isolated certificate. Why I am saying isolated? Because it is only related to the auditing. The people who are working in Big Four, I hope you are aware of Big Four companies, right? KPMG, Deloitte, and EY, and PwC. If you have a plan to go into these organizations, and since you are already into the auditing, you want to make your career in auditing, so make sure you will choose any of these companies, and then CISA is required. If you have CISA, go into any of the company, they will take you. You will not face any difficulties, and these are very good companies. In these companies also, if I will give the ranking, I am looking into these companies since last 10, 11 years. I have done the auditing for them as well. Also, my many friends are working in these. The first ranking is of Deloitte. The second with KPMG. Third is EY, and the fourth is PwC. This is the ranking. In fact, PwC over here at third, EY is at number 4. I'm giving the rating as per the work environment there. If you want to do have the good working environment there, then Deloitte is the best organization, and so on then. Work pressure and all that I'm talking about, right? So CISA is just only and only about auditing. C-risk is just about handling the risk. If you are a risk manager, if you have to handle the risk in your organization, or you want to be a, sorry?
Small doubt. Sir,
Hmm?
we do ISO 27001, we do the risk management, right?
Hmm.
So how is it related to the serious risk management? Everything is same or is it different?
No, sir, completely different. Like when I'm saying risk management, so risk management is having how many certifications, ISO 27, you are talking about 27001, right? 27001 is basically for ISMS. It is not
In
even for,
ISMS also we have risk management, no sir? In ISMS.
absolutely,
So
absolutely right.
both are
That is
same?
a part. No,
Yeah.
that are completely different. This is one of the risk management is the part of this information security. See, understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ISO 27005. Over here, ISO 27001 is basically for ISMS, where risk management is a part of this. ISO 27005 is for risk management, where information security is the part of this. So 90% is risk, over here 10% in information security. In 27001, we have 90% ISMS and 10% of risk. They have discussed risk. Apart from this, ISO 31000. 31000 is known as LRM. This is lead risk manager. If ISO 27005 will be giving you the how to handle the risk in the organization. ISO 31000 will be giving you how you can be expert in the risk. You will be leading the team of risk management. You can say like, I am the manager of risk. Got it? That is lead risk management. Apart from that, one is from NIST. NIST SP 80037, I guess. Yeah. SP 80037, if I'm not wrong. Let me cross check it as well. NIST SP 80037. Yes, risk management framework. This is the special publication of NIST 80037, and there are 6 steps of risk. I'll be telling you all these 6 steps in this CISA. So this is only related to the risk management. Now, CISSP and CCSP, my friends, you know, I'll be very honest. If you are doing CISA today, in future, you might need CISSP. But if you are doing CISSP, you might not need CISA in future. Getting my point? I am not, discouraging you actually. I'm telling you the changes which are happening in the IT world. And I'm telling you the reason as well. Why? If you are having CISSP, then why don't you need CISA? You know why? CISSP is a mile wide, but an inch deep. That means when it is saying a mile wide means everything is covered up in CISSP. You just tell me the term in IT, that term is included in CISSP. Just let me know the term. The term is available in CISSP. Asset security, security engineering, encryptions, hashing, risk management, business continuity, network security, IAM, security operations, SDLC, ethical hacking, penetration testing, malwares, virus, worms, trojans, SDLC, every single thing is there in CISSP. And that is why people are doing CISSP, because they will have the knowledge of every single thing, not in deep, not in too much deep, but at least they can survive with that. That is why we used to say CISSP will make you master of none. CISSP will make you master of none, but the jack of all. You will be fitted everywhere. If the company is there who is hiring for CISA, he is saying that like all the people who have CISA certification can come up for the interview. But parallelly, if you will say, I don't have CISA, I have CISSP, they will call you as well. Okay, so CISSP is having credibility. It is getting more popular these days, very popular. Okay.
Getting the exam is also tough, right?
Not tough. CISSP exam is not tough. The people are not preparing it well. Trust me.
Yeah.
The people are not preparing it well.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Yep. And CCSP is completely different. CCSP will go into the cloud segment. Every single organization is moving into the cloud. Either they are saying that we are moved to the cloud, and they are saying we are migrating to the cloud, or they are saying we are having meetings, we want to move to the cloud. It is automatically in demand. Before 5 years, nobody knows CCSP, Nobody knows CCSP. But right now, these two certifications, like, I will not talk about CISM, but I will definitely talk about CISA, to be honest. CISA, CISSP, and CCSP. These 3 certifications can give you a job anywhere in any corner of the world, any reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I'm mentioning CISA over here because you are doing CISA. No, I'm not misguiding you. I'm telling you the truth. With these 3 certifications, you can go anywhere across the globe. The company will not say that, no, I can't take you. If the company is saying I'm having CISA, but the company is saying we are looking for CISA, and if you'll say I have CISSP, they will take you. If the company is looking for CISSP, but you will say I have CISA, the company will still approach you. And CCSP is having its own, legacy. It is completely different. People need it these days. Getting my point?
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
want to be the leader, leadership, you want to develop your leadership skills, CISSPs for that. For handling the risk managements and all, C-risk is there. For becoming the expert in auditing, CISA is there. Right? Auditing is one benefit of doing CISA is, what? It is evergreen. Because auditing is required for every company every year.
Every quarter.
Depends. Every year is mandatory. The quarter
Yes,
they are
yes.
doing with their own choice. They are doing it twice in a year or thrice in a year. It is up to them. But the rule is they have to perform the audit once in a year, which is mandatory. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So these things are there, and if you have any plans of doing any of the certification in the future, and if you think I can help you, do let me know. Okay, I'll help you.
Yes, sir.
I'll help you free of cost. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
So CCSP is purely talking about the cloud security, sir.
It's all about cloud security. If you will do CISSP, you have 30% cloud is covered in that as well, because cloud is also there in the CISSP. Actually, what is the scenario? The scenario is when you talk about these top level of certifications, CISA, CISM, CISSP, or C-risk, CGEIT, any of the certification, do any of the certification. If you are doing CISA, 50% CISM, 50% CISSP, 50% C-risk, 50% CGIT is covered. And not even at least 50 and 40% is definitely covered up. The only difference is the approach. But 40% topics are same. Do any of the certification, open any of the book, you will see the same topics. Because ultimately we have to secure the organization. Right? So 40% content is same in any certification. Rest, they will vary according to the management way, according to the auditing way, according to the leadership, according to the risk, and so on. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I hope you are okay with that.
Yes, sir.
Right. So these are the basics of about the certifications and all that. So I think we should start domain number 1 now, or if you have any other questions.
No, sir. No.
Okay. Before I go ahead, I'll be clearing you like a few more doubts, right? Can I erase this slide?
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm starting it, and first of all, whenever we are talking about any of the information security and information technology, tell me, first of all, what is the difference between IT and IS? Everybody is talking about this. And everybody used to say, I'm in IT. I'm working in IT. What is the meaning of that? How you will say? What is the difference between IT versus IS? Think about it.
I think IT, it might talk about the end-to-end service lines it's vast, but whichever may be the service line, the information is a key asset for each and everything. So how to secure that information is, I mean, information security talks about that.
Any
Can you
devices,
please?
any device that processes the information that comes under information systems, and those information systems should be either secured physically or logically.
Information system and IT?
It is general IT in the case of a service level, and not exactly sure.
Yes, so IT is IT and security is security, right? This is the first difference, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. You are working in IT or you are working in IS?
IT.
IT. Okay. Then who are the people who are working in IS? How they looks like? My friends,
I
I'm
would
telling
work
you.
for...
Hmm.
Sorry, please continue. Sorry.
Okay. The first difference between IT and IS is IT people are responsible for hardware, software, and technology, new technology. Information security, these people are responsible for systems, process, risk. Second difference. They ensures, IT people will ensure that hardware, software, technologies, network components will remain functional. IS people wants to make sure that they will always be protected. Getting my point? The IT people implement the controls.
We will select the
They
control.
will actually test the control, whether the control they have applied is right or not. They keep their hardware, software is patched or not. After patching, they will be checking they are up to date or not. Getting my point? So what is the main agenda? IT people, the approach is fix it first. If anything goes wrong, fix it first. Information security people says secure it first, then we will fix it. I hope you got an idea now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So this is the mindset. Information security people, whenever he's doing something with routers, switches, firewall and all that, or with working with the system, they will say apply the password first of all, make it secure, then take the backup or do whatever you want to do. They are saying first of all we will take the backup, then we will apply the password and all that. So the intention matters actually, right? I hope it is clear to you. This is the first difference into IT and IS, which is very important you to know because we are in the same field. Second thing, we always talk about data, right? I'm raising this slide, okay? We always talk about data. May I know what is data? What is this data actually? Why people are talking about this data all the time? How you will define the data actually?
It's a collection of information.
Absolutely. Then what is information? Now differentiate them.
Okay.
Try it. Data and information.
Okay. Data could be of different form. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a raw information.
Yeah. Try it. You are not in the exam. You are here to learn.
In like data is a like we collect it from multiple sources. It has many raw elements. Could be values, statistics, anything. But information we might properly organize and then consider that.
Okay. Mr. Chaitanya,
Yes,
can
sir.
you please try to define?
Data is like whatever we were processing, like data, whatever the data we transfer or whatever the data we are processing, it is called as data. And the information is like any, no sir, I'm not able to get.
It is difficult to define, right?
Yeah.
Correct. This is the problem actually with the world. Everybody is working in IT since last 20 years, but when we ask what is IT, we don't know. What is data, we don't know, right? And I am going to clear your doubts, all the doubts here about data and information. Please have a look at it. Don't even mind it. Okay, just have a look at it. The data is, see, unstructured. Data is, you can say, useless. It is not the right term, but to make you understand, I'm using this term useless, or you can say contextless.
Yeah.
I'm giving an example. When I used to say I have 50 GB data in my computer, what does it mean? Does it mean anything?
No.
50 GB data means what? You have 50 GB of songs, document, PDF, games, videos, what? I don't know. You just said data. So it is
Yes.
contextless or not?
Yes.
That is data. So when we don't have any context of it, we called it as a data. Okay, another example I'm giving you. I'm writing down two things over here. First is 10, second is 20. Can you please tell me what is 10 and what is 20? I mean, don't say these are numbers. Okay, tell me what is 10 and what is 20.
What is 10 and what is 20?
There are multiples too.
They are like, I mean to say, we don't know what is 10 and what is 20. We don't know 10 people, 10 computers, 10 cows,
Yeah,
10
without
dogs.
any context, we don't know
Yeah,
what is
we
10.
don't know anything about 10 and 20. And
Hmm.
see, so data actually becomes your information. And see, I am converting this data into the information, and now you will say, yes, it is information. See, this is data. Are you agree with that?
Yes.
And see, I'm converting into the information. It is a score of team A and team B. It is an information or not now?
Yeah.
It is with the context or not now?
Yes.
It is in the structured way or not?
Yes.
It is. So it becomes the information. So whenever we will assign the values, whenever we will define the context, the data will become the information. Like when I'm saying 50 GB data, I don't know anything about it. But when I will define it, out of 50 GB, 10 GB is MP3. 20 GB is PDF. 20 GB is doc. Is it information or not?
Yes.
It is information. So this is the difference between data and information. I hope you will never forget now.
Yes.
Right? That is the difference between data and information. So data actually converted into information. Information will convert into what? Any guess?
Convert into
Knowledge.
knowledge. Yeah.
How the data will convert into the knowledge? Can I say team A lost? Is it your knowledge or not? Less
Yes.
score.
Yes.
Can I say team B won?
One. Yeah.
This is also your knowledge. So information will always become and converted into the knowledge. Correct? So data becomes info, information becomes knowledge. And knowledge becomes what?
No, no, sorry. Comes here. Identity.
All right, I'm telling you. So knowledge actually becomes your wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Then you have the wisdom of viewing
Wisdom
the
of
data,
right.
of checking the data, verifying the data, right? Which is good, which is better. And with the wisdom, then you can take your decisions.
Decision. Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
With the wisdom, then it is decision. So actually, this is the model, security model. This model is known as DIKW.
Okay.
Data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. The last D of decision is also there, but we will not define in the acronym.
Yes.
But when you say DIKW, this decision is also the part of that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, next question. When it comes to the security, whenever we are applying this security, where we will apply this security? We will apply over the data or over the information or knowledge, wisdom, and decision.
I think we will apply it over
Please wait.
data and information, or only at information level.
Wait, sir, wait. The question is where we will apply and what kind of security we will apply. You cannot apply at two nodes, like you cannot apply over the data and information. No, you have a specific budget. The company is not giving you the too much money. You can apply all around the corner. You have a specific budget of $100. You have to choose a specific node which is best, right? So where you will apply and what kind of security you will apply, take your time and let me know the answer. Because I just need a 5 minutes of break. Okay, that's why. Take your time and let me know it in 5 minutes only.
Okay.
Yes, I'm back. You there?
Yes.
Please tell me the answer. When we have
So,
data, information, all the nodes are there, where we have to apply the security and what kind of security and why also.
so I believe we can apply the security at the information stage because that's where we build the context.
Okay.
So yeah, that if we have a perfect context, then we can gain the good insights about it, and that's the anti-cycle manager.
Mr. Chaitanya? Mr. Chaitanya, can you hear me?
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I was on. So data at rest and data in motion and data in process. So in these three areas, we need to secure it. Is what my feeling is.
No, like straight away, tell me you are applying security over there
Data,
or over there?
data, sir.
Over data. Monica ma'am, where you are applying, over the information or over the data?
Information.
Information. Okay. Tell me now, how many times Let me use the eraser. How many times you have listened the news or you have read any of the article
Data
where
breach.
absolutely they are talking about data lost, data breach, data theft. And how many times you have heard about this information breach, information lost, or information theft? Who is having the higher ratio?
Data terms.
Data. We are getting this news 95%, only 5% or very rare we are getting this news, right or not? The companies are very serious about protecting their data. So we will secure our data, because if our data will not be secured, the information is coming from the data, the information will also not be secure. If we are applying the security over the data, the information will automatically be secure. If, Monica ma'am, I'm taking your case.
Okay.
Data is there, information is there. If you are not applying security over the data, you are applying over here. So right now, let's say I agree with your point. So what will happen, you know, your information will get secure. I'm agree with that, but your data is leaked. Your data will become public, and the public is having that much of capacity where they can convert your data into the information. Getting my point? If your
Yes.
50 GB data leaked outside, they have the complete knowledge about how to classify this data. Are you agree with my point?
Yes, I agree.
Correct. So we have to apply security over the data. So when it is data over here, what kind of security we have to take care?
Confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is only authorized person will actually access my data. Unauthorized will not access. Right? You are authorized person, you can access. I am unauthorized, I cannot access. Confidentiality is achieved by encryption.
No
Integrity.
modification of data is completeness of the data.
Correct. Integrity means all the data, it should be intact. Data should be same. Data should be authentic from the source and receiver, from the sender and receiver. Source to destination, it should be same. How we will achieve the integrity? We will achieve the integrity with hash. Availability. How we will achieve the availability? We can achieve availability. What is availability, by the way? The availability is data, objects, resources. Three things. Yeah. Data, objects, and resources. Three things must be available 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
Achieve the availability, we will apply the redundancy.
High availability. So
high availability. Red technology. Fault tolerance. Right? These are the things are there with high availability or to achieving the availability.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
So whenever we are talking about data, we have to apply security over the data, and we have to do audit also of the data. Audit is also applicable to the data. It is not over the information.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm defining audit as well over here. What is audit? Give me the simplest definition of audit. What is auditing?
To check whether it is in line with the processes.
Absolutely right. Correct. To check whether it is aligned with the process or not. Right? A few definitions I'm giving it to you. The audit is a gap analysis process. Simple. Audit is a gap analysis process. You want to find out where is the gap and then you are fulfilling them. Audit is used to check whether the things are correct or not. Audit is a checklist. You are checking the controls with the checklist, whether they are on the right place or not. Correct? That is known as auditing. Now, auditing is actually of two types. The first, the auditing which is known as internal audit. And the second is known as external audit. Internal audit is when the employees from your organization itself is coming to audit, is doing the audit. Right? External auditor means the person who is coming from the outside your organization with specific laws and rules. People are not mentioning these words. People, when you will ask about external audit, they will just say the people who is coming from outside organization is external. No. If the person is following the rules and regulations, the laws and the rules of auditing, the specific laws, that is external audit. For financial statement, for the company's betterment, for the government agencies, for the legal entities, everything might be the part of that. Right? So it is an independent examination of the statements with the controls in your organization where you are filling out the gap. Right? It is conducted for a, for a purpose actually. External audit is conducted for a purpose. There is a specific purpose of that. I'll give you the real-time example of these days itself. I got a call from one of the company which is located in Mumbai. I will not tell the name actually, but I'm telling you the real case. Okay. The company, I got a call from Mumbai and they are telling the Shaurya, we need to train our company's staff in security. We need to get them trained in security, in cyber security. And the training will be only for 1 day. Can you believe this? And
No.
there are total 165 participants. The participants are from sales. They are from HR. Some of them are manager. Some of them are working on the cloud. Some of them are working on ISMS. And they are saying, sure, we have 165 participants and you need to train them in 1 day in security. Trust me, I'm not lying. This was the statement of that coordinator. Then I was having meeting with them. I was about to, I was trying to understand what is actually the requirement. In 1 day, what kind of training I can deliver. And then what is the conclusion of that meeting? They are doing this meeting because of the audit. It is the end of December and the company has to do the audit. And the auditing company, they will ask you whether you have trained your employee in security or not.
Continuous training, yes.
Yes. So they are doing this training just to show in the audit that, yes, I have provided my employees to the training. The 165 candidates, they are divided into 3 days. So I'll be giving training 50 in 1 day, remaining 50 in 2nd day, and remaining 50, 60, whatever in the 3rd day. This is the things which is happening. So can you believe this? What is the power of audit? And they are ready to, give the thousands of dollars with that. Trust me. They are ready to pay $3,000. Can you believe this? They are saying, sure, do the training, train our employees, then take the test of there and let me know the score as well, because the company will ask the score as also. What is the score of every candidate?
Provide the evidence, right?
Absolutely, evidence. So these kind of things are also happening. So auditor is one of the most powerful person, the most powerful person. Okay. So this is the thing. So it doesn't matter you are an internal or external and all that, you should know how to do the audit. Okay. I hope you are getting the points.
Yes.
Right. So what we are going to learn in the first domain of CISA is how to plan an audit. How to plan an audit. That means how to open the audit. Okay, so we will be planning the audit, then we'll be doing some of the field work, we'll be doing some of the documentation, then we'll be creating the reports, we'll be taking the follow-ups, and then finally we'll be following the rules, regulations, code of ethics, standards, guidelines, and then we will close the audit. So that will be the flow from opening till closing the audits. Clear or not? Are you okay with the flow? Are you getting the things what I'm explaining you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Do you want any changes in the process or approach?
No, sir.
No.
All good?
All good. All
Yes.
good.
All right, thanks. So what we are going to discuss over, okay, by the way, you want me to go through with that particular slide, or it is okay I'm explaining you over here? Because I know what is there in the slide. So that is why, I'm explaining you while writing it down over here. So in which method you are comfortable, I'll be doing that.
It's good if you write and explain. Like
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Even
So
I
I mean,
am comfortable.
is it fine, or
Yeah,
I
it's
should
fine.
go to that particular slide, or then we'll be explaining you? It's fine?
No, no. Write and explain.
Correct, fine. So I'm going to erase it again now. Now, we are moving to the section of planning. We are going to plan the audit. First of all, the very first phase. In the planning the audit, we'll be planning about which standard we will follow, which guideline we will follow, and which code of ethics we will follow. Right? Now, one clarity I'm giving you over here, people are always confused with what is a standard, what is policy, what is procedure, what is guideline, right or not? We always mix up those words. And we always used to say follow the policies and procedures and all that, but actually we also don't know what is that. Right? We just used to say all the things at the same time, follow all the rules, regulations, policies, procedure, guidelines. But what are these? I'm explaining in simple way now. When it comes to the policy, that means policies are general. I will not correct the spellings, okay? General management statements. These are general statements only, policies. Second, standard. Standard means specific. It is a specific. If you are into the banks, there are specific standard. If you are into the audit, there is specific standard. If you are into the risk, specific standard. So these standards are specific and mandatory control. Guideline. Guidelines are just the recommendations. Just the recommendations. It is not mandatory to follow. So we we used to have one word like best practices.
Yeah.
So when we are saying best practices, that means they are talking about the guidelines. That means if you are following it, it's good. If you are not following it, don't worry. It's like this. So they are recommended, but not mandatory. Procedure. Procedure is
Step by step.
Step-by-step instructions. Now see. To achieve your policy, you have the standard, you will follow the guidelines, and you will follow the procedure. Okay, so it is like bottom to top. First of all, it is process because you are following it step by step. Why? Because your aim is to achieve the policy. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in the auditing, we will be planning the standard and the guidelines.
Yeah.
That means we'll be defining as per the auditing standard, what is the specific standard which is meeting the company's requirement. What is code of ethics?
That you have to follow it like
Simple. Code of ethics. Code of ethics means simply to promote an ethical culture. Ethical culture in internal audit.
Okay.
Okay, they may be the management, they may be about risk, they may be about controls, they may be about governance, but you should do it ethically. Or I will more simplify it. That means in an organization, maintain the professionalism. Simple. Whatever you are doing it, do it with the professionalism or do it responsibly. I'll more specify it. You know, there is one word which is known as due diligence. Have you listened this word?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Doing the
This
right.
is due diligence. Doing the right things, correct. Do the things responsibly. Maintain the professionalism in your organization. You are the member of the organization. You are the employee of that. Don't cheat your organization. That is due diligence.
So what is due case, sir?
So there are two processes, due diligence and due care. So since you're asking it, I'm going a little bit deep now.
Yes.
I'm telling you the way to remember it, to memorize it. Due diligence, DD, two words are there. Okay, that means DD. That simply means do detect. DD.
Okay.
Due care is DC. That means do correct.
Okay.
Simple. You will be detecting if everything is right in our company or not. The camera is at the right place or not. The firewall is properly configured or not. Detecting the things.
Antivirus
Then
is
informing to the right person. Yes, correct. Informing to the right person and he will be correcting it.
Oh, okay.
If anything is missing, he'll be correcting it. That is known as due care. I'm trying to explain you in easiest way.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. So remember that also, due diligence will come first and then after is due care.
Yeah.
Because without detecting it, how you will correct?
Yes.
Okay. So detecting is very important.
Yes.
Okay. So in the policies, standard guidelines and procedure, these are in the planning phase of your audit, right? Standards are specific and mandatory control. They also talk about the roles and responsibilities of management. Remember,
Senior management.
right? Roles and responsibilities of management. That is a standard actually. Right. Now we have one, code of ethics. That means we have one good practice. The good practice, which is known as, ITAF. We have one process which is known as ITAF. Please note it down.
Yeah.
In auditing itself. Any idea of it?
No, sir.
It's IATF. I'm sorry, I have just missed it. That's why I was thinking like why I'm not able to convert into full form. It's IATF. Any idea?
No.
Okay. IATF is one of the audit. It is again one of the process of an audit, one of the type of an audit. It's a process of evaluating the automotive systems, automotive manufacturers. You know about QMS? People
Yes.
used to talk about QMS, quality management system. If you
Yes.
want to do the audit of QMS, then there is a process of IATF audit. Okay. And I remember the ISO standard for that. Do one thing, whatever the ISO standard and NIST standard, I am telling you, write them down on a separate page. Because at the end of the day, you might be having 20, 30 ISO standards. So you can like go through with them on a specific page, right? They will be written on a specific page. So ISO standard for IATF is ISO 16949. Yeah, this is
ISO 16949, sir. IATF.
9649. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now, whenever you are performing an audit, whenever you are planning an audit in any business process, may I erase this slide?
Yes, sir.
Or let me do one thing. Let me open up PowerPoint. This will be easy for you. Can you see the whiteboard now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So when you are defining the business process over here in the auditing, you have to understand all the controls. The first step is identify your control. This is I'm telling you in the perspective of auditing only. In the business process, there are many things. But since we are into the auditing, so we will focus on the perspective of auditor. How to identify the controls, and in the controls itself, that is what we have discussed about the policies. What is the policy control? What is the procedure control? Procedure itself is a control, right?
Yes, sir.
These are, administrative controls.
Yes, sir.
Best practices are there. And I have to know what is my organizational structure. What is my organization structure? These things you will have to make sure, right? Planning, this is also the process in planning. Identifying rules, regulations, policies, procedures in the business process, it's into the planning. So how you will plan your audit? Now we are coming to the like the very basic point which everybody is looking for and which everybody knows actually. We have to make a very good adequate planning. To plan an audit, first of all, we have to make the list of the process in my organization, or list of the process that may, consist in the audit. Then evaluate them. Evaluate the process. Evaluate each process by performing the qualitative risk and with quantitative risk. Now tell me, are you aware of this qualitative and quantitative risk?
No, sir.
Monica, are you aware of the qualitative and quantitative?
Not exactly.
No. Then I'll have to explain you a little bit into deep, because to understand the risk is very important. And the risk, what I'm going to explain you, it will help you in CISA, CISM, CISSP, CRISC, CGID, everywhere. Okay.
Okay.
Please understand it carefully.
Okay.
Two types of risk are there. The first risk is qualitative. Qualitative risk means the risk on the quality. What is the risk on the quality? The risk over the quality is like, what is my quality? Like respect. Respectful is a quality. Honor. Pride. Right? Goodwill. These are my qualities. That means the qualitative risk means something that you cannot count. Can you count your respect?
No.
Monica,
No.
you have 20 respect or 25 respect?
We cannot count on
We
it.
cannot count.
Not be
We
measured.
cannot count we cannot count the honor, pride, goodwill. We cannot. I'll say anything into it. That means it is not calculator based. It is not on the basis of calculators. We cannot even count it. Yes, we can measure it in the form of high, medium, and low. I can say you are a very respectful person. You are a highly respectful person. His respect is very low. I can say like this, right? Pride. Similar words I can use with the pride. I can use with the honor or goodwill, right? That is qualitative risk. Is it clear now? The scenario is, if I'm saying that you cannot count it. I'm saying you cannot count it. You cannot calculate it. But then how you will know about the quality of mine? If I'm saying you cannot count it, you cannot calculate it, then how you will know about someone's quality? What are the ways to calculate the qualitative risk? I'm asking you a general question now. Let's say you are doing CISA. You are doing CISA for, from APC Learning, right?
Yes.
May I know why you are doing it from APC Learning?
So, with the good reviews of training.
Exactly, because you have gone through with the, might be with the trainings, reviews, feedbacks, right?
Yes.
Might be you have checked with the qualities, you have cross-checked with any of the person, right?
Yes.
With the qualities. Exactly, that's how you will calculate. You will calculate with the reviews. You will calculate with the feedback. You will calculate with the meetings. And one more example I am giving you. I am asking you again and again. Are you getting my point? Are you getting this point? Why? Because I want to know about the quality. Are you getting it or not? If you will say, yes, you are getting, you are teaching us good, so I'm getting my quality, idea of the quality or not?
Yes.
If you will say, sir, we are not getting what you are telling, You are not even getting single thing. You are explaining since last 2 hours. We'll complain you about it. Then I'll understand what kind of quality I'm having.
True.
Right? So this is again the judgment. It is not about good or bad. It is about collecting the feedback to know your quality. It may be good, it may be bad. That is about qualitative risk. Second is quantitative risk. Please, okay, one more thing is there with the two things. I'm just missing the words. Review, feedback, meetings. Yeah, brainstorming. I hope you know about it.
Yeah.
Brainstorming is a method where you are sitting up with all the people in a group and you are trying to find out, the discussions, and you are doing the putting the questions, and you are trying to get some answers with that, kind of that. Okay.
So this quantitative will be done by SMEs?
Which one? Quantitative?
Qualitative.
No. It is quantitative, which is done by SLEs.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And Delphi technique is there. You know about Delphi technique? I'm
No.
sure you don't know about it.
No, sir, I'm not.
Delphi technique is known as anonymous feedback. As an example, I want to check about my quality. So what I will do, I will say, Mr. Chaitanya and Monica, write down the feedback about myself on one of the paper and don't write down your name on the paper. Getting my point? I will be reading them, but I don't know who has written this. Is this Monica or is this Chaitanya? Correct? That is Delphi technique. You know, we have a suggestion box in the office, in the buses, in the metros, we have seen it. Whatever the suggestions you have, put it in that box. Don't write down your name. They'll see it. They'll improve it.
Web application also you have?
Web application in the sense?
Feedback area where you get the
Correct. Yeah. Submit the feedbacks. Right? When you are reading the book, they are saying that I'm writing down this book, but there might be some mistakes. So if there is any of the mistake, please write me on this email. So that is about Delphi technique. Right. Next is quantitative. Quantitative risk. This is important to understand. Please focus. Quantitative risk means you can calculate it. You can use the calculators. It is based on the monetary values. Some numbers, letters, figures are there with the quantitative risk. Now, second thing is there are some formulas to calculate the quantitative risk. The formulas are, the first is SLE. SLE is known as single loss expectancy. Single loss expectancy means, I'm writing down in a layman term. What does it mean? That means loss of that moment. What is the loss at that moment? That is SLE. ALE. ALE is annual loss expectancy. That means loss of the year. Annually, how much you are going to lose. We are calculating the risk. So annually, how much we are going to lose? What is the risk on annual basis? That is ALE. AV, asset value. What is the value of your asset? What is the value of your device? EF.
exposure factor.
Correct. Exposure factor. Exposure factor means percentage of loss. Let's say flood is there or earthquake is there. Due to the earthquake, you are going to lose 50% of your asset. So 50% is exposure factor. How much exposure we are having? ARO. Annual rate of occurrence. That is ARO. Annual rate of occurrence means flood is there, earthquake is there, it is occurring 2 times in a year. So 2 is ARO. What is the annual rate of occurrence? 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, like that. Ransomware, virus attack is there in my network. It is happening twice in a year. So 2 is ARO. Correct?
Yes, sir.
These are the terms you have to be familiar, and the formula, the question will be asking you, calculate the single loss expectancy. They will be giving you the scenario, they'll be giving you some numbers, letters, some values, and finally they will tell calculate the single loss expectancy. So single loss expectancy is calculated by AV multiply by EF.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. Monica, I can hear you. Hello.
So I missed you. Shaurya. Like I heard till there'll be questions on it. They'll be giving a scenario and
Okay. Okay,
asked
so
to
now
calculate.
can you hear me now? Is it fine?
Yeah, it is fine. I can hear you.
Correct. So I was telling you, the question will be coming to you. They will be giving you the scenarios. They will be giving you some questions of it. Like you are working in an organization, the value of your organization is $3 million. Then there is a flood which is occurring in your organization, and due to the flood, you are going to lose 10% of your assets in your organization. What is single loss expectancy? So to calculate the SLE, the formula is AV multiply by EF. You'll multiply both the values. To calculate the ALE, you will multiply SLE by ARO. Okay. Please remember the formulas. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Qualitative and quantitative both are clear?
Yes.
Correct. So I'm telling you 2 more things for today. The first thing I'm telling you, when we will do the audit in our organization, when to audit. And then I will tell you the steps. So when we will do the audit, first thing you will be doing the auditing like when you have short-term planning involves all the audit issues. That will be covered during the year. Whenever you have issued new control, I will request you to mute. I am getting some background noise. I'm sorry. Whenever you are implementing new control, when new control is issued, when the changes in risk environment or the changes in the technology or the changes in the process, then you will be doing the audit. Clear? So these 3 are major points of doing the audit. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
In the planning phase, audit planning, the steps I'm telling you. First of all, what is your business mission?
Objectives.
That means, correct, what is objective, right? What is the objective? What is the purpose? Or what is the process? Or what is the goal? Like this. First step. Second step, understand the change in business. Third, very important, review the prior work papers. What they have done earlier, review those papers. Fourth, identify the policies, procedures. Again, same guidelines, rules, regulations, and all. Correct? Number 5th. I'll go back to the previous slide if you have missed any of the thing. Let me write it down completely. Number 5th is what we have written, review and prior work. Okay. Number 5th step comes up with perform the risk analysis. That's what we have discussed, qualitative and quantitative. Now set the audit scope. And you can say objective. Develop the strategy. Of audit. Assign personal resources. You know, I remember all these points. I'm doing it since last 4 years. And finally, address the, engagement of logistics. So address engagement of logistics. These are the planning steps of audit. So in order to plan your audit, the information security auditor must have an understanding of overall environment under the review, right? So he should do and cover all these 9 steps. Tell me, is this clear or not?
It is clear.
It's clear, sir.
Right. Have you made your notes or taking the snapshot or right?
Taken this snapshot.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this enough for today?
Yes, sir.
Right, since this is the first day, and I think this is enough, because to be honest, I'm in the sessions since morning 7 a.m. continuously. It is around 11 hours now. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So with your timings, I will be confirming you the times. Okay. And what I will do, I'll be creating a group for you, the WhatsApp group for you, and I'll be discussing the times, right, with you on the WhatsApp. Tomorrow I might not available, right? I'm telling
Okay.
you honestly, because tomorrow I might not available. Honestly, I'm telling you because I'll have to wrap up a few things, which is also pending with the trainings. Okay, let me finish up those things, then I'll be continuing taking your sessions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
I think that's about it. That's we are winding the training, right, for today.
right. And ma'am, like for the training upcoming session, I'll be informing them directly, or I'll inform to you and then you'll be coordinating?
Should be anything should be fine.
How you
Maybe
want?
if you can text me, we will email the students.
Fine then.
All right.
Okay, so I'll text you guys. You'll be getting to know the information from APC itself. Okay,
So
about the next session.
tomorrow we don't have the training as the trainer has confirmed. So again, we're going to start get connected day after tomorrow. Is that correct, Shaurya?
Correct.
It could be the same timing, 3 o'clock, or it'll be 4.
Timings, I will confirm my availabilities. I'll be giving you 2-3 slots in between wherever we all are comfortable. We'll start at that time.
All right, perfect. No worries. Thank
Because
you.
might be the timing is suitable for me, but they might be not comfortable at that time. So I'll be giving you 2-3 slots in which we'll decide it.
Perfect. That sounds great. Anyone has any questions? Chaitanya, Monica?
Nothing for now. Good. I'm good.